From treasure hunting in and around the castle to becoming the most feared wizard of all time, there will be many ways to keep you occupied and entertained in Hogwarts Legacy, and here are some of them you should be very excited about. Nurture various animals, be the architect of your own magical zoo, do things you probably haven't seen yet, including the seasons and nights in Hogwarts. In this video, you will see it all, so let's get right to it. If you enjoy my content, by the way, make sure to leave a like to show your support and of course, subscribe for more Hogwarts videos as there's a lot more coming your way. Cheers! So, the wizarding world of Hogwarts will be filled with magic and mysteries to unveil. And during your adventures, you will stumble upon hidden treasure and discover various secrets of both good and evil. No doubt you will come across forbidden magic and unlock new equipment to make your character even more powerful. You better have your wands at the ready though, as ancient secrets and places with treasure usually attract bad guys or even more dangerous, protected by giants or even the dead. Goblins, dragons, and ancient bosses, these are just some of the threats you should be prepared for when daring to venture these places. Of course, if you're brave enough, you shall be rewarded, but there's probably so much for you to find, and I am sure here and there will be a pretty big challenge involved. Anyways, somewhere in Hogwarts, you'll find a beautiful stay far away from trouble as well. The Room of Requirement is without doubt one of the most important places in the game, as we'll visit this one pretty frequently. I've got a video in the top right of the screen explaining everything you need to know about it, but part of this room would be the Vivariums, different magical zoos of your own. Beautiful gardens, or well, that basically depends a little bit on how well you take care of your plants, but here you'll be able to grow trees, nurture magical creatures, and also place glorious statues. Pretty much become a garden architect. You'll come across various creatures in distress, or maybe they're just looking forward to be part of your cozy animal community, but what you can do is basically take them with you, release them in your own animal garden, and there you'll be able to take care of them, maybe even play with them as you can summon in balls. There is just so much you can do in these gardens, and based on the footage we've seen so far, it is very likely they will also help you to get different resources for crafting and potion brewing, while I think the creative minds out there are gonna have a lot of fun decorating this place, as you can play around with furniture and park decorations, let's say. And did I already mention that you can also gather the resources inside? Well, it's gonna be an important place for sure for character progression, but let's get back to the adventure, and this time we're going in ham. When you start your school year in Hogwarts and begin to follow lessons about various subjects, over time you will learn new magical spells and also become more powerful. With power, of course, most people would say comes a lot of responsibility, while some wizards and witches among you might think even more power. And oh boy, I absolutely love to talk about this, as I'm just so curious what your point of view, what your thoughts are about this, but there will be dark magic in Hogwarts Legacy, and yes, it is possible to master the dark arts or practice forbidden magic. Is it a wise decision though to specialize yourself in the dark arts, practice forbidden magic? Well, you'll find out more about that in my video in the top right of the screen, but one thing is for certain: the more you progress with your character, the stronger you will become, and one day you might very well become the most feared wizard of all time. You know, one doesn't have to become an evil witch though to be great with magic, as there will be plenty of spells to choose from to make the life of your enemies miserable by turning them into something else, or well, use your imagination. One thing is for sure: combat will play a great role in this game, and one doesn't always have to blast their ways to victory. There are many creative ways and much less deadly approaches to claiming victory in certain situations. For example, you can use sneak to avoid combat at all. Heck, maybe it's even going to be possible to do a pacifist run. Anyways, I'd love to know what kind of wizard you are going to be: the good, the bad, or the ugly, as in using the most terrible magic to torture your foes. But it is a game after all, and I secretly think I am not the only one who is kind of looking forward to get their hands on Avada Kedavra. Anyways, the wizarding world of Hogwarts will present you with a massive open world, filled with treasure and secrets, even outside the castle walls. Of course, we already talked about being a treasure hunter, to search for these places and get your hands on epic rewards. However, I think many people seem to forget or simply don't know that there will be so much more to this. In Hogwarts Legacy, there will, for example, be day and night cycles, so sometimes you will have a beautiful sunrise in the distance, while it can also become pitch black outside, making it more difficult to be aware of your surroundings. So, say you're exploring the Forbidden Forest and don't really like spiders, I think this is definitely not a great time to stay in there, while if you use the darkness to your advantage, say sneak around in the castle itself, it's very possible that you'll be able to get past certain professors or enemies, which would have been impossible during the day. I don't know about you guys, but I find open world exploration aside from the main story or quests in a game one of the most exciting things to do, as not only will you indeed find treasure as mentioned earlier, but anything can basically happen. The element of surprise in this case can be the biggest and therefore will give you the most immersive experience in the game. Let's get back to that Forbidden Forest, for example. Say it's becoming dark and you're like, oh boy, what do I have to do right now? Am I going to return to the castle, or maybe I'm gonna search for a cave where I can seek shelter? Maybe you all of a sudden stumble upon a crypt or ruins which you can enter, a magical place filled with treasure. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to not use fast travel in this case as well, as this apparently seems to be a thing in the game. It will make it so much easier to just open up your map, select a location where you want to go to, and then you will basically have a loading screen for a couple seconds. Bam, instantly get back to your dormitories. While I think it's gonna be so much more fun to not really force yourself kind of to not use this, but try to use it only in situations where you really have to limit it in any way, as it will break the immersion. And I think it's gonna be so much more fun to actually use your broom or hippogriff to fly from one place to another. And what I also think is really cool is that there will not only be a day and nighttime cycle, but it can also rain and snow. Heck, it can become winter and turn the entire world white. Well, of course, it can also be great to look forward to beautiful colors in spring, summer and autumn. I'm not sure how long the day and night cycle will be. For example, in Minecraft, it's like 30 minutes, which I think is pretty short, but who knows, it's gonna be based on real time. Say, if you get back from work in the winter and you launch up Hogwarts Legacy, it's also dark outside, while if you play during the day, it will always be daytime. The day and night cycles will probably be a lot faster, but definitely things to think about and look forward to, as they can make your adventures so much fun in Hogwarts Legacy. Guys, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below what you are most excited about. Do you want to become the most feared wizard of all time? Or maybe you're just really looking forward to becoming a master architect, let's say, make a beautiful garden and get your hands on all the different animals. Gotta catch them all, let's say, fill up that Pokédex. Anyways, that's it for the day. Guys, leave a like if you enjoyed watching this one to support the channel. And of course, if you want to stay in the loop with future videos, as I'm gonna start making a lot of them when the game gets released, don't hesitate to subscribe, because there is a lot more Hogwarts coming your way. Ladies and gentlemen, have a magical day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.